Well, welcome back to the round of 64. The first round of the CCS Championships continues on here in the East region. Number one, Drexel takes on 16-seeded St. Thomas. The one seed currently 5-0 over 16 seeds at the CCS Championships. Jonas, we expect that to go to 6-0 after this is over. We'll see if some 16-seeded St. Thomas can make some history. Summit League champions, their first tournament appearance. What's going to be in store for them?
I mean, they are quite literally going toe to toe with the number one overall team in the Collegiate Conference Series right now. It's as simple as that. Drexel, they're the reigning runner-ups from season 4. They fell to Akron, of course, in the national championship match. They're back as a 1 seed. They, of course, dominated Akron all the way back in the non-conference, and they are hungry for a national championship title.
That they are, and they know what happened last season too. They again want to get back for revenge with Akron, if it is Akron, and the other side of the bracket in the title game, or if it is Missouri, or possibly even James Madison or Ball State, maybe Cincinnati. We'll have to kind of wait and see who comes out of that right side. But the East region currently has already had a couple results come through. As early on we saw Northeastern take down Xavier, we saw Radford take down Quinnipiac already out of the East region. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this bracket plays out. But the teams are ready to roll, Jonas. Game one, let's get it underway.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see what St. Thomas has to offer. Obviously, this is, the battle of David and Goliath, it feels like. I mean, obviously having St. Thomas here is huge, but going round one with Drexel is no small feat for anyone. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's no easy game for anyone ever in CCS to take down one of the best teams in the country. We'll see if St. Thomas can do it. There's already a goal 6 seconds in.
Yeah, being able to just punish early here. AK got the save out, and who else but Kevin to put the first one on is perfectly barred down. Not much else to say. And yeah, Drexel, I mean, they're looking to make a run, and I think seeing those first couple matches happen over in the East region, do you think they're going to be feeling a little bit more confident?
Yeah, I think so. They saw Radford not have a great start, and Northeastern obviously looked the part, but they know Northeastern is good, but they've also had complete control over them in CCS, and Kevin makes it a 2-0 lead, 20 seconds in. At what point is going to decide to run the clock down already?
I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, we're expecting Drexel to really just take control early, as they already have 2 goals in 20 seconds and kind of just lead things here. I mean, this is where it gets tough against a 1 seed versus the 16 seed, as you do see that complete shift. I mean, I want to see St. Thomas compete. I really do. But Drexel, I mean, as for me, Nation, I had Drexel winning it all this season. I think they're going to take it all the way. I really do. I think they're going to get back to the national championship, have a rematch against Akron, and win it this time. But it's going to be AK who puts one on the board for the Tommies. They cut the lead in half.
And SFA played Missouri close, but then we'll see if St. Thomas can stand up to Drexel in any margin. With the game back within 1, 4:15 to go.
Yeah, we saw Barron kind of just back off of that free touch, and AK more than happy just to kind of put it away. And yeah, I'm excited to see Drexel's run. Maybe it ends here. You think so, Nation?
No.
I think you can never count an upset out entirely. I mean, obviously Drexel are the heavy favorites. I mean, they were I believe, second most picked team to win the national championship, obviously under Akron, just above Mizzou. But they're a contender already, and they're one of the favorites to win the whole thing. So you're going to be keeping an eye on them. They have themselves an interesting run going forward. Obviously, if they do end up winning this one, there's a nice save from AK. They'll play the winner of South Carolina, San Jose State. That could get interesting. And then, also on their kind of top half of the East, there's still Charlotte and FIU to potentially deal with. Central Michigan and Clemson could get dicey with those 4 and 5 seeds. You never know.
You really never know at all. It's 3:10 to play here. Oh boy. Oh, okay, we're good. I thought I ripped for a second.
No, we do seem to be all good, but I mean, St. Thomas still staying in this one. You can see Drexel are really controlling the pace of Barron. That's a big dunk to make it 3-1. The Dragons back out to a 2-goal deficit, but you can see the kind of control they bring to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. And just south of 3 minutes ago, game one, you mentioned pre-game that this could be a very high-scoring affair for Drexel, or if they just choose to score a couple goals and run the clock down, we'll have to wait and see if it's the front or the latter as to what they choose to do this series. But they should have no problem winning this in four.
I mean, that would be the assumption again. St. Thomas, this is a solid team. Every team who makes it to the tournament is, except Drexel. It's just they're on another plane. They really are, and I'm not trying to even hype them up. They're quite literally just the #1 overall team in CCS right now. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, there really is no other way to put it. They are probably the best team in the country. Again, they literally beat Akron, only allowed 1 goal back in week 2. Although Akron has gotten a heck of a lot better since that week 2 showing, and Jonathan on that selection show told us, he expects nothing less from a national championship. So going into this tournament, he knows what's at stake and he knows what the task at hand is. And I think Akron are very well capable of going back to back, but no one's been able to ever go back to back. So can Akron finally break that curse? Will Drexel have something to say about it?
Yeah, no, I mean, everyone is, the great majority of people are saying that Akron will go back to back. I mean, again, if you didn't already see the statistic, what was 63% of brackets in the CCS Brackets Challenge predicted Akron to win it all. 63%, over half of the submissions just had Akron going back to back and winning CCS National Championship titles in season 4 and 5 of this Collegiate Conference Series, which is huge. I mean, that just shows the level of confidence people have in that Akron Gold team. And, obviously Drexel were the second favorites to win it all. And, they're really just trying to get revenge for last season's national championship. But St. Thomas staying close in this one.
Yeah, got a second, 1:15 to go as Blakester from midfield delivers goal number 2. That's his first goal of the CCS championships. 1:15 remaining, and St. Thomas back within 1.
Yeah, Crim 6, just a good bit of pressure there, really forcing the bump downfield on Zerf, making things a little bit more awkward. And then, the good shot from Blakester being able to just stay out of reach of Kevin's bump. But there's a big miss. AK will be able to help out, get the save in time. Baron flying in. Crim 6 will find the block there. So the Tommy still keeping it within 1 as we head into the final minute. But Baron will put on another, and, he'll pick up his second, and that'll make it 4-2.
And Zerf on the assist, Baron extends that lead back to 2 again. Maybe we'll see Drexel start to run out the clock a little bit more. It seems like once they kind of go up multiple goals, they start to just run the clock out. They know that this series doesn't have to last all that long, and they don't have to score again once you're up by 2. You've got a cushion. At that point, play the clock.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to, protect well. I mean, obviously, don't think they're going to let this one get too out of hand too quickly. Kevin eyeing a double. There's a great save from AK. And, you're seeing that St. Thomas are still competing. Obviously, already said it once, they're by no stretch of the imagination a bad team. This is a very solid team, obviously making it here as conference champions, still being relatively high rated. Just going toe-to-toe with Drexel it's not easy.
And not at all easy. And, there's something about it. Having to play a top team in the country early on in this tournament, it's almost a surefire road to your season being over. But Drexel's only ever lost in CCS twice, and that was both to the same team. It was Akron Gold, who every single bracket submitted in the Community Bracket Challenge had in the Final Four.
Yeah, and that just is a testament to how much people believe in this Akron roster. And again, they're one of the best in CCS, in Sierra. I mean, in Collegiate Rocket League as a whole, everyone knows the name of Akron. And even though it's that Akron Gold team, they're still not to be messed with. Oh, no.
Is it already coming out? Is it already coming out?
Oh, no.
Are they already doing it? There's no way, right?
They very well might. We'll have to see. We're not going to mention it. We're not going to say it until they get back and we see what the lobby happens. We might be seeing it already, though.
There's no way they're doing it after 1 game. There's no way, right?
We talked about it. We said they might do it in game 1. They didn't. Now it's game 2. They might.
I think they did it, Jonas. I think they did it.
We're waiting on Blakester to get back.
Yep.
That's not a scarab. We just got random cards from Drexel. Oh no.
No, they're all the same car. They're control cars.
What are they in? I'm trying to take a peek, but with all the colors and toppers. I can't tell.
We lost somebody.
There we go. Blakester's back. Oh my word. Well, game number 2 set to go. Drexel St. Thomas, and it looks like, yeah, Drexel are just in. I think they just straight up randomized presets. I think that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, potentially. Maybe we'll see the Scarabs out in game 3 or game 4. We'll have to wait and see. But it looks like the trolling is already in full effect 5 minutes in.
Yeah, they're just in full randomized cars. Kevin is in a dominant, so somewhat of a normal car, you could say, but still you can see it's glorious to look at.
It is, but the Dominance is still a really good car to use. It's not like that's full-on troll, so it's not. Maybe they're like, okay, like we can like half troll the next game. If we win, then we can full troll game 3.
I'm still wondering if they have the Scarabs just locked and loaded somewhere, maybe waiting till a match point to whip those babies out. You never know. Is this one just missing off the post from Zerf, and obviously Drexel's confidence level being perfectly reflected in their cars.
We'll have to wait and see. 3:55 to play. Drexel will lead by 1 in the series. St. Thomas looking for a lead there, though. Zerf off the save will keep the Dragons unscathed for now, but again, it's just game 2. Trolling cars are already out.
Yeah, I mean that's just showing what this team's confidence level is at. I mean, it was instantly too after game number. It wasn't like they kind of waited 30 seconds, maybe talked it over. Should we do it? And no, they were immediately like, yeah, let's hop into them. And they haven't been able to break through yet. Zerf, another post ding there as he sends one off the crossbar. Kevin lobs it up. Zerf there again. He'll miss wide. Baron on it as well. Zerf back to Baron, just peppering the net. Still can't break through. Kevin will crash in and find the first. And yeah, Drexel, I mean, they're having some fun.
I think they'll whip out troll cars in the second round.
That is a great question, actually. I think maybe later. That might be the match point time where they get to 3 and then they might send them through. But it's tough to tell. I mean, we can maybe ask him about it, but regardless, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming these cars. I'm wondering if they'll stay for the entire series.
We'll have to wait. I think they go to Scarabs at some point in this series. It feels like they definitely probably will, but when they talk about it, I think we'll see the Scarabs at least once.
I would assume so as well. Crim 6, good ceiling musty here, will be saved away by the Dragons, and you can still see them whittling their way through. They've already put up 8 shots in the halfway mark of this game. Crim 6 shot, it will be off target. Baron goes right by. Zerf has to 50. AK might have a snapshot here. Top left it goes. AK, what a snipe.
2:26 to play as Blazer has the assist. AK from midfield catches Kevin in a bad spot. 2:26, it's all tied up.
And you could see Kevin genuinely shocked at that shot. I mean, that was a beauty from the midfield. Just a turn and shot to the top left corner, and that will tie it right back up. St. Thomas still looking for their first lead. Might have something here. A little bit of chaotic. Baron will sweep through, gets a flick past one. Blaster looking for a time to challenge, preserving that corner boost, getting one touch out now. Kevin backboard gets stopped by Crim 6, looking for the clear out forward. Zerf will turn, cuts it past one, looking for Baron. It'll head into the corner and still just trying to work things out. Kevin all the way back will have to pop this one in the ceiling.
Yeah, 150 to go here. And I don't think St. Thomas can win a game, but this feels like maybe their best shot. They can get one more really good shot off and hold off, the trolling from Drexel. And, if St. Thomas wins, is this force Drexel to go back to a normal car?
I think no. I think they'll stick it out. That's exactly what they did against Northeastern in the regular season, if I'm not mistaken, and went to Game 5. And yeah, they switched the Scarabs early, and then Northeastern started to reverse sweep, and then yeah, I think they stuck to the Scarabs and they finished it out.
They did it in the conference championship game as well, and it only took them one attempt to win the Scarabs.
Yeah, they were confident in that one, and I do think it's interesting the way I love how the bracket shook out, that we could see that rematch between Drexel and Northeastern in the in the regional championship, that might very well happen. But as of right now, I mean, Drexel, they're feeling confident as ever. And you know, at this point they should, but you got to give props to St. Thomas. I mean, this is still a tie game with 40 seconds left.
They're playing well, but again, you also take into account that Drexel is trolling a little bit, so it's not like it's completely impressive. But again, you're still playing a top team in the country. This thing close in a tournament game where, again, $500 on the line. It's not like we're telling Drexel to troll. It's not like, you know, they don't know that. But again, you know, put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, Drexel just have fun here, and that's a good ceiling pitch attempt from Barron, saved well by AK, and maybe looking to finish this in regulation. Kevin will sweep it away. One final look maybe for Drexel. Blakester will go far side. Zerf is there lurking towards the backboard. It will dunk AK back into the corner. That's a good double out. Kevin drops it in front, and we got overtime here in game 2.
That we do. OT. And the troll cars and game is over. Oh, never mind. It's done.
Just about there, as it just fell wide. Barron will get outsped there by Blakester. Zerf gets the first touch, trying to find more, playing the 50. Crim6 goes through, gets past Barron as well. Kevin will be able to settle through the corner. Maybe a little bit of panic here. AK chasing him down. Kevin doesn't seem too flustered one bit. Now if that Sile running low on boost, the Musty flicking the Dominus might have a little bit of extra power with that long car. But again, the Tommies sticking with it, and they're not seeming too afraid right now.
Not at all. And it's game 2, so it's not like it's concerning. Drexel hasn't closed this out yet, but again, they are trolling, so it's an entirely new ball game when you're not really trying at your full strength here for Drexel.
I mean, ultimately, we're seeing them almost feels like going through the motions. They're still putting shots on target. They're still looking for passing plays here and there, but you can see, you know, that just a little bit of that slower pace than we're used to seeing from them. As Kevin trying to pre-jump. Zerf will shut it down back into the corner, but you know, it's one of those things where, you know, if Drexel are caught out having that too much fun, maybe get caught out sleeping, they might just concede. As AK, that's a great save there to be able to keep this OT going. Zerf flies right above it. Crim6 will take 150 straight up into the ceiling. Kevin will take another shot back into the corner. Barron fires again. Another big save from Crim6. Zerf trying to go middle, but the Tommies still hanging on.
That they are. Now Crim6 from the wing firing. No good. That one saved at the corner. And, you know, St. Thomas are doing an incredible job at holding off Drexel. This is kind of low-key impressive.
I mean, we are seeing a lot of shots from Drexel, albeit not too threatening with every shot, but they're currently sitting at 19 total shots, Nation, and obviously 1 for 19. That's not a great look, as you got to give St. Thomas's defense their flowers. They got 13 saves.
And it's only 4 shots though, so it's a completely different ball game.
I mean, it really is just showing how dominant Drexel is in terms of possession, in terms of pressure, and you know, even though they're not scoring at a high rate, they're still controlling this game. Here's a good shot far side. Crim6 will pick up another save. That's his 8th here. Kevin, good pass here. Barron bangs the crossbar, and that is another one missed.
Yeah, 2:45 into the extra period. Barron off the backboard will find a 1-2 back to midfield. Double commit Barron to launch that one far forward into St. Thomas territory. And you know, 3 minutes now in the extra period elapsed, and Jonas still no deciding goal.
Do you think they're just looking to break the OT record?
I hope not, because I don't want to sit here for 9 minutes. So
is that what? Do we know? Is it 9 minutes?
It's like 8
change?
something. It's like 8 something. I'm pretty sure. I don't quite know the record though.
Well, we just gave him a number on broadcast.
I think it's like all the way back in like season 3. Like it was like 8:30 something for FIU, I think.
Well, if it goes another 6 minutes, then we'll know they heard us.
I know we haven't gone above 10 minutes, so if we get that far, we'll know it's record. But if we get close, I'll go ask somebody to check it.
Well, we'll have to see if it does shut down here. That's a strike from Barron, bar down to end it in game number 2. 8:41 of total game time here, but Barron a nice read right off the pass from Kevin, and Zerf is gone already. Do we see another car change?
22 total shots is insane. It was close, Jesse. It was either 8 something or 9 something back in like season 3. But yeah, I think we're getting the Scarabs now, or maybe another version
Oh
of
boy.
Troll Cars. We'll have to see.
Oh boy. Oh, they're all back already. Oh boy. Well, take a look. We'll take a look. See, let's spot them. Oh, wait, nope. That's an Octane from Baron. What do we got here?
You're in the wrong preset.
That doesn't look like a normal Octane. That looks just kind of.
It could have randomized again. We lost somebody again. There we go.
Oh, Kevin's back. They're okay. So I see what looks like 2 randomized Octanes, and is that a twin server?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what it shows us. Once we get underway, that is, I don't know what Kevin's in.
Oh my god, it's a gizmo. It's a gizmo.
Yeah,
look at that.
It's a gizmo. That's
my
a disgusting looking thing.
Don't say that. That'll hurt his feelings.
No, it's respectable hate.
I mean, it is interesting to actually see both Baron and Zerf in just they aren't Octanes, albeit randomized Octanes, but still Octanes at that. Maybe they didn't like the feel of the long cars and still wanted the Octane hitbox, but still the randomness maybe. I don't know. Maybe they just both somehow pulled Octanes in the randomizer.
I don't know. But you know, we'll go and take bets there if they're gonna all go triple Scarabs the next game. Sounds like free money on the house.
I would like to see triple Gizmo, I think.
I think you gotta go triple Scarab for fun.
Well, we'll have to see, but I mean, first minute gone again. St. Thomas, they're still not letting it go easily. It's still nothing. That shot will be off the mark. Baron looking to sweep it away. Good turn from Blakester. Does he have more? No. Trying to harass Zerf off the ball. Will do just that. Kevin, no sidewall double. Baron forced to turn back, maybe expecting a quicker challenge now, having to dodge the bump from AK. Will be able to do it. Sends it across. Blakester right back on the offensive side. AK lurking. It will be saved away. Now here's another big shot. Kevin will just rip it across the field. And Drexel, I mean, holding well. You can see they still look very confident, though, and they're not feeling all too threatened, it feels like.
And not at all. I think, you know, they're not threatened, but again, they're also not playing like their life is on the line and they're trying to win $500. I think they're just kind of out there having some fun.
I mean, we've seen it plenty of times before from Drexel. I mean, it's not like this is a new thing from them. I mean, that just kind of shows the caliber of team that they are, that it becomes normal that they do this kind of thing. And you know, they're always still able to get that victory after they do this. So you got to give them some respect for it. And you know, they're still staying out in front. Obviously, half this game gone by, still nothing falling through just yet. Maybe a look here, Zerf just kind of lurking in the corner. Baron turns for the bumps, and Zerf might just walk his way in. No, he flips out of it, and Kevin will take it to the side while he's looking for a highlight in the gizmo.
Just no help, though, in front of the box, and Zerf now by his lonesome Baron will take control, though, now for Drexel. 2-minute warning approaching, and another 0-0 score in the later half of this game.
Yeah, it might change here. Kevin to Zerf. Blakester, that's a big save on the give and go. Baron trying to get his way through the corner. Crim 6, 1 touch out. Kevin's there.
It's beautiful give and go. Fine Zerf. And Curtis, how do you think St. Thomas feel right now?
Probably not too great, I would imagine. I mean, it's really tough. I mean, you know, as a 16 seed, you're going to go against one of the best, and obviously if they've seen CCS a little bit, watch Drexel, know what kind of team they are. They know it's not going to be easy, but having it happen in real time and seeing the randomized cars come out, the randomized presets, it's always going to be a little bit tough as an opponent. But they're still getting chances here and there. Obviously, these are still closer games. It's not like Drexel are doing this and blowing them out every game. It's still close, and they're still getting chances.
Absolutely, and for me, Drexel, again, they're one of the best teams in the country. They're having fun tonight. This is not what they're going to look like in a week from now in the round of 32 or the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8, when it's time to really, lock in and start to put your money where your mouth is and play for the prize pool. But, the first round, they're having fun, kind of getting locked into postseason play. I think that's kind of a good thing for them.
I don't know. I could see them doing this kind of thing in the Elite Eight if they take on a team like Northeastern. Yeah, yeah.
Now, how long will the trolling occur for Drexel? How far will they take this trolling seriously?
That's a good question.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Let's say in the national title game, Drexel is up 3-0 on Akron. Will they bring out the Scarabs to win a national title?
100%. That's not 100%.
Really?
Not because I think they would. Not even for like they're that confident. For the content, even if they drop a game or two, I still think they would do it.
Imagine they get reversed though. Imagine how disrespected Akron would feel.
That would be horrific. That would be a completely another option, as Drexel have really started to add on here late. They go up 3-0 as Kevin will find another. Zerf has done a solid job facilitating this offense, and yeah, I mean, you can see that Drexel can kind of just turn it up whenever they feel.
Yeah, 34 seconds to go. This ball game looks to be over. Did the Scarabs come out for game 4? Oh, there's number 4.
And now Baron's gonna add on another. Because why not?
Why not? Well, what's
yeah,
one
Blake
goal?
sure just took a little bit too much time there, but yeah, again, I mean, this is tough for St. Thomas. Obviously, they fought hard, but going against Drexel round 1, it's really not easy. I mean, you can see, even though they're, you know, in these more troll cars, even though they're more troll presets, they're still looking solid. But St. Thomas still getting another one on the board. I mean, AK lobs it up and got the bump on Zerf, and Blakester was there. Soft touch behind Kevin. Barron's bumped. A nice offensive sequence.
Not a bad offensive sequence, but just gonna put it out there. You know, we're only 7 series in this tournament, and my bracket's already busted.
That sucks for you. I'm doing all right.
Didn't you pick UCLA though against Arizona State?
No, I picked ASU.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I'm sure it'll even out eventually.
Probably. I don't know what the odds are.
I don't feel great about Bradford anymore. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. As Drexel will claim game 3, and immediately they're all out again, resetting the cars. We'll see what happens, but
be Scarabs.
Yeah, no, we might see the Scarabs now. Yeah, I will admit, feeling a little bit less confident about Radford. I have them, you know, beating UConn and then falling to Northeastern, but first of all, I have UConn getting through Rutgers, and then Radford.
How do you feel about your North Texas over Arizona pick now?
It's a little more threatening. So it's definitely a little more threatening. That, you know, getting the scare from Utah definitely. I mean, it's just so crazy to see.
I have Arizona in the Elite Eight.
I know you do. You have them getting through North Texas, getting through Florida, correct?
Oh, I had them getting through Utah.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. But now they're gonna have to get through North Texas to keep that. But I'm interested to see the car changes we see from Drexel going into this next one.
Yeah, Utah.
Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. What they got? Are the Scarabs out?
There we go.
I see 1.
There's
I see 2. I see 3. Oh boy. You know, they went random cars in games 2 and 3. Why do the wheels look like that? Why, you saw that too?
I did not see it.
Okay. Either way, game 4, Drexel looking to move on, looking to eliminate the Tommies here, and they brought out the Scarabs to do it.
Oh, Scarab for game 4. We'll see if this is the final game of St. Thomas's season. As we kind of just had some fun on the broadcast the last 30 minutes, just sitting here talking about Drexel and what our expectations have been thrown us. But, you know, this series alone, it's still a good showing for St. Thomas. I wouldn't, you know, hang your head low on this one. You play the best team in the country in round 1. You get some good experience, and now you know what it's going to be like next time. And hopefully for St. Thomas, if they are ever coming back to the tournament as Summit League champions, you know, maybe they're not a 16th seed. Maybe you get a little bit of an easier game in the first round.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me for St. Thomas, I mean, they haven't looked bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just Drexel kind of being that one level higher. I'd be really interested to see kind of where they fell if the seeding was different and they didn't pull, you know, the #1 overall team round 1. That'd be really interesting as Baron. I mean, you can see Drexel being that one level above as he slots that one with the redirect over that shoulder. And I do want to give a shout out to the, you know, he's repping the Scarab, but also the Slurpee decal on the Scarab. That's another level too.
That's crazy. Well, 1-0, 3:54 to go. As Drexel up 1 already. Crimsix looking for a first for St. Thomas. Will not connect. There is the Dragons. Still leading 1 as St. Thomas just trying to get this series over with. It feels like now are they already mentally checked out?
I mean, I hope they're not. Honestly, I know it's hard to stay mentally in it when you're looking at 3 Scarabs across the field. I really do understand how that's tough. But the biggest thing is you touched on it a little bit. They need to take this as experience. Obviously, this is their first time in the tournament, and you know, getting to play the #1 overall team. Yeah, it sucks to try and keep your tournament run alive, but look at it as, you know, the learning curve at, you know, again, facing some of the best in CCS. And if you want to rise to that level and you want to win the whole thing, you need to beat the best. And AK, a great redirect here to tie it up.
3:02 to go. Blakester finds a redirect from AK off the assist and 2 minutes down. St. Thomas on the board. They're able to equalize, and Drexel's lead now diminished.
Yeah, Baron just kind of got a little bit too far up in the net, and AK puts a nice redirect down just slightly behind him. Now maybe a look here. No, Kevin will stay on it and secures it well to the corner, and a good challenge here. This one might just drop in, and almost dropped on top of it. Zerv will roll it in the bottom left corner to get it right back, and Drexel back out in front. St. Thomas weren't able to keep it at equilibrium for long, but again, as I'm saying, I'm hoping the Tommies are still really in it. I hope they're still driven, even in this 4th game, even being down 0-3. I hope they're still giving it all they can and at least just trying to learn.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, and take this as experience and come back this summer and next fall and, you know, try to repeat as Summit League champions, and I think that's very well possible they repeat as Summit League champions. The toughest competition is South Dakota. Even with Omaha back, the roster is not the same. They won't be as they were in the fall where they won the Summit League and got a 7 seed, I think, or maybe a 10 seed actually, I think it was. But, you know, now for St. Thomas, you know, maybe next time they're not a 16 seed and they can, you know, win the Summit League regular season and the tournament and maybe get like a 13, maybe a 12, maybe a 14, and, you know, have a little bit more of a favorable matchup in round 1.
Yeah, I think that would be the most favorable thing for them. So I'm excited to look towards the future, as Baron will find himself another. He just puts his 2nd one up on the board. Kevin picks up his 3rd assist on 3 goals and just a swift touch bar down.
3-1, 2:04 to go. The Dragons a 2-0 run. Then St. Thomas's equalizer, and we're 2 minutes away from Drexel moving on to the 2nd round.
Yeah, and I'm doing it in the Scarabs again, and yeah, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of these Scarabs in this tournament nation.
You very well might. That's something to keep an eye on.
Good double there. Blakester will shut it down back out to the far side. Baron eyeing up a double here. Another good clear from Blakester. Again, you can see that defense can still hang with St. Thomas. And maybe a look here. Zerv pre-flip with no boost. Still finds a save. AK, no boost. Just ends up kind of tapping it up. Big clear upfield. And that has been one of the other things to keep an eye on, is that boost differential, as it really has stayed well with Drexel. They've been able to kind of control that. You've seen St. Thomas just awkward in situations because they don't have that favorable boost count. AK low here. We'll find the 50. Crim6 has himself a look in the 1v1. Kevin shuts it down early, and we saw plenty of Kevin in the 1v1 circuit earlier.
Yeah, we got to watch him play in the home field quest for the One's Crown, sponsored by Cracked Gaming and Collegiate Conference Series, and got to watch Kevin go play in the championship game with that and lose to Ace of Pontos and came close with Young Cap from Connecticut. But Kevin's disgusting, and we saw a couple of really good ones players that came out of nowhere in CCS that were honestly, you know, just kind of mid-range CCS players. They're a heck of a different player in ones.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun to see that one's tournament. Hoping we can see more. And you know, obviously we've seen we talked about it quite a bit over on that broadcast, but we've seen so much of, these players in threes. It was really interesting to see how they did in ones, and obviously Zapata is one of the best 1v1 players in the world, and obviously still a solid member of San Diego State, but seeing him thrive in ones was a completely it was a completely different beast, to be fair.
Yeah, a couple of those shots were absolutely disgusting. I saw a couple of quad resets, though, unfortunately not getting. Crimsix is out of here in the game number 4, and it's still 4 seconds on the clock, and St. Thomas is done.
Yeah, Crimsix, Blakester's out. AK, the only player still left on the field. Kevin says, wow, he actually said that. I did not see that earlier. He said they're bad. That was at the very beginning of the game. But GG's come through. St. Thomas, their season is done. Drexel will move on. Respect to AK. He will play the whole thing out, as this one will not. Kevin, just, Kevin, no, just let it hit the grass, buddy.
You didn't want to score, though.
AK's trying to kill it. That he will. GG's. St. Thomas, unfortunately, their season is done, but Drexel will sweep their way through. They move on to either play the 8 or 9 seed of South Carolina, and San Jose State will be on the lookout for that one.
That we will. We got one more game coming up to close this 6-hour slate. And we got number 8, Arizona State, out of the South region, taking on number 9, UC Los Angeles, to close our night, Dronis. It's going to be a fun 8-9 battle out in the South to determine where the Missouri will take on in round 2. So we'll see you guys after the break.
Oh.
Good shit, Dronis.